since Jesus' saving pardon I have been singing every day. I've never been sorry that I trusted His name. Through the dark shadows He is with me, leading me on the upward way. I've never been sorry that I trusted His name. I've never been sorry.
Hello, welcome back to Natural Music. Today we are going to be doing the verses to the song I've Never Been Sorry in the key of A flat. So let's get started. We're coming out of the intro of this song, and the last part of the intro, if you remember in the intro lesson, we actually hit the first part of the verse. We do a D flat, which I'm playing like this, A flat, D flat, and F, with an E flat down there. We're either playing an octave E flat or we're rolling. And that's the first part of the verse, ever since. All right? So those, and I'm going to use the first verse as an example, but this applies to all the verses as long as you stay in the key of A flat, and certainly for this arrangement. So, ever since. And then on the word Jesus of that tune, is where the rhythm starts, and we're going to play it something like this. Ever since Jesus saved and pardoned, I have been singing. All right, singing every day. There's the general idea of it. So this is going to really kind of switch up and show us how to fill. A lot of the songs, we just stay to rhythm like this regular. If we're in A flat, which we are in this case, A flat, C, and E flat, we'll play that chord, then octave A flat, and we alternate to E flat. So one here, and you can play this just like this. Ever since Jesus saved and pardoned, I have been singing every day. I've never been sorry. But we're going to talk about maybe a few different options. And you can just play rhythm like that the whole way. That's a great way to play this song. But we're going to talk about filling it up with some octaves and stuff and still keeping it in the rhythm realm, but adding a few different things just to play it a little different. So that first few words there, that first measure, we're just sustaining that coming out of the intro of the D flat with the E flat. Ever since. Then on the word Jesus, we start rhythm. Jesus saved and pardoned. So right there we've got A flat to A flat 7 with the C down there to D flat. So ever since Jesus saved and pardoned. So how we're going to play that and keep the rhythm going, we're going to hit octave A flat, since we're going to the chord of A flat there, which is what key we're in. So ever since Jesus. All right, so we only get, a half a measure there until we got to go to that A flat with a C. So we're going to go A flat octave with an A flat just chord up here. 1, 2. All right, so A flat, C, and E flat. And then here's where that A flat with a C down there. So we're going to hit octave C. And then we're going to do this rhythmic thing with the A flat 7. This works really good when you do an A flat with a C. You can play it straight, but the adding the flat 7 to that chord, which that chord makes it now G flat, which is the flat 7 note, C, and E flat. So I've taken the A flat out of it. You can add it in there, but I'm not going to for this, and have the C down there. And we're going to hit octave C, and we're going to play this rhythmic kind of, I don't know what you want to call this, syncopation maybe. Octave C, and then we're going to hit the thumb first, which is G flat, that 7th note. And then we're going to go C and E flat of the chord. So it's the rest of the chord. And then we're going to come back down and hit the G flat again. So see how we kind of did that? And then it goes to a D flat, because by that time we're ever since Jesus saving, and then on the word pardon it goes to a D flat. So we've got to go octave D flat, and when we do that, since we're right here, I'm going to slide down, and the same time we hit that D flat octave and hit this F, and that really states the D flat chord. But that's the one of the measure, and we need to answer that with a. So the chord of D flat with the F and the thumb is, we're going to add the A flat and the D flat to it. But since we just hit that together, normally you hit this first and then the chord. But I like the way that slid down to the F, so it sounds kind of like this. Ever since Jesus. See how we did that? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. All right, but we've got to answer that octave there with so while sustaining the F down in the thumb, we're gonna kind of play the rhythmic part with just the A flat and the D flat while holding that down. So, all right, and then we got to hit D flat again because we got to finish out the measure of that. And I actually don't alternate to the A flat. Like normally, if you're on D flat for a while, you go D flat, A flat like this. But I don't typically like to change on the alternate note. Because, and what I mean by that, we only get one measure of D flat there, and I want the root to be played right before the change. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then going to A flat, see how we changed? We didn't hit the root in our left hand of that note, which is D flat, the name of the chord. So I just pump it when I know that chord change is coming. I'm gonna hit that note twice rather than alternate. I'm gonna go. So that's why I'm gonna pump that twice. So when we slide down, then we're gonna hit a D flat again, and then you can release your thumb and do the whole chord again because we sustained that long enough. So we went ever since Jesus saved. All right, real slow again. Ever since Jesus. All right, so we've only got to do one of these with the F being sustained. All right, so far we got ever since Jesus, saving pardon, I have been. Now we're to the word singing, and here is an A flat chord, and then we're going to go to a B flat minor with an A flat in the left hand, kind of doing a syncopated thing there. So this would, I have been singing every day. Okay, so what we're gonna do there is I'm not gonna play the A flat root down there. We'll leave that to the bass guitar if you got one, and if not, this will sound fine. Not holding that. In most cases, you need that bass line, but this is filling enough. This is going to make sense like this. So, good rule of thumb is if it sounds good, it sounds good, But when you're playing with other instruments, you do have to take everything, make sure you're on the same page at least. Enough of that. Let's see where we're at. Ever since Jesus saving pardon, I have been singing. So singing every day. So there's what we're going to do. So sing. We're going to just hit this A flat chord all together and sustain it. So A flat octave, then A flat up here, A flat C, and E flat. I have been singing. And while still holding this A flat, we're going to go like we did on the intro. We did it up here. So we're going to do that down here. We're going to go E flat and C, and then kind of chime to the A flat, back to E flat and C, to the A flat. And then we're going to hit a B flat minor chord like this. So B flat up here, F, and then D flat. And we're going to do that in the left hand too, so it sounds nice and full. We're going to stop holding out the A flat octave. And so I have been singing every. And then on day, we're going to go down to this A flat chord, C, E flat, and A flat with an octave A flat. So I have been singing every day. And actually, I'm just going to play the shell of that. Since we're holding this chord down here, the full chord, D flat, F, and B flat, I'm just going to hit the D flat and the B flat. You can add the F in there if you want to, but since it's a quick grab, I'm just going to do this. So I have been singing every day. All right, and then while keeping that A flat down there, I'm gonna do, I've hit an octave E flat, I've, and then on never is when we have an A diminished chord. So we're gonna play octave A, and then I'm gonna play the next note in that diminished chord, which is a C. And I'm gonna fill out a 4-finger diminished chord with some octaves. So the A diminished 7 is an A, C, E flat, and we've also diminished a 7 there, so there is a G flat. Okay, so instead of just hitting that, I'm gonna hit the A. When it first changes, I'm gonna hit the octave A, and I just hit an octave E flat while we were over A flat, and when we go to the A, I'm gonna hit, that's enough to get it to sound like the chord, octave C, and then we're gonna quickly go up and hit E flat, the other notes of that chord, and G flat. So, see how we did that? So here's what it kind of sounds like, played together. So, I have been singing every day. All right, so it's I've never been sorry. All right, now on sorry, we're gonna go from a B flat minor 7, and we're gonna go down to an E flat. Sorry. All right, so here's the B flat minor 7 that we're gonna hold out. We're gonna hit all together. So B flat, and then here's a regular B flat minor, B flat, D flat, and F. Move the thumb down to A flat for the flat 7, just to get it nice and full sounding, and then add the B flat right here. So here we go: A flat, B flat, D flat, and F. Never been sorry. And then we're gonna hit some octaves of that chord. So we're gonna go D flat, B flat, and A flat. See how we were holding these 3 notes down? I've never been sorry. Okay, so it keeps it full, even though we're not just playing rhythm like that. These are just some options. Now we've got to go to that E flat 7. So we just hit the A flat, so I'm going to come down here to the octave of G, because that is a third of an E flat, and it'll just finish that lick. All right, see how we did that? But you got to change down here to that E flat octave, or down here, either way. So, never been sorry. All right, but here's what we're gonna do for the measure that we're on the E flat. So, we gotta get rhythm going again, because we're not just gonna hold that chord out. We could do that, but I'm not going to. So, now E flat 7. So octave G. And to fill out that note, we got the octave G. Let's hit 2 notes of the E flat 7. So there's a B flat and a D flat there. There is an E flat there, but it's easier to do this, and I like the 7th note being in there. So, all right, and then we're gonna hit another octave E flat. So we're going. So we're gonna go, and then hit the B flat and the D flat for the chordal part of that, and then we're gonna hit another octave E flat, and then we're gonna go. All right, see how we did that? I hit the thumb first, just for kind of a rhythmic thing. You don't have to do that. You can just hit the full chord, but I went. So I hit G, and then I hit the B flat and the D flat and the G that we did there. So, that fills out a measure of that E flat. So, I've never been sorry that I trusted His. Now we're to the word name. Let me play what we have so far. So, ever since Jesus saving pardon, I have been singing every day. I've never been sorry that I trusted His. All right, so now on name, we're going back to an A flat. So I'm going to hit a full A flat chord, A flat octave here, A flat octave here, and fill in the notes, C and E flat. So A flat, C, E flat, A flat right here. All right. And we're going to go A flat, D flat with this octave in there. So we just changed the center notes to D flat and F. So it's a D flat chord in the A flat octave. Change the octave in the left hand to D flat. So, and then back to the A flat, C, E flat, and A flat in the right hand, A flat octave. So left hand's going, I trust his name. Right here we're going. Okay, now we're gonna hit that A flat octave, and you could just go that I trusted his name, and that's fine. But let's roll that A flat, go name, and then go A flat, C, E flat, like we did in the intro, to A flat, and then hit the D flat chord, and then pop the A flat again, the A flat. So, all right. So all that sounds like I've never been sorry that I trusted his name. All right. So the first half, and let's go over this real nice and easy. I want you to get that first half because this second half is almost going to be identical. And you think, well, there's a lot so far if you're not used to playing this way, but it's about ready to repeat itself. Just different words, but same tune. And the ending might be maybe the exact same, actually. We'll see. So ever since Jesus saving pardon, I have been singing every day. I've never been sorry that I trusted his name. All right, so watch this the same. Now we're gonna do through the dark shadows, he is with me, leading me on the upward way. I've never been sorry that I trusted his name. So same chords here, but on through, we're gonna start it with the D flat and the E flat, just like, notice how this is the same as the beginning of the verse. So so we're just holding those. Through the dark shadows, he is with me, leading me on the upward way. I've never been sorry, just the same, that I trusted his name. Okay? Now, you could go up here to this octave and play that last one for something different. Okay? But that, you can see how both of those are, different words, same tune, same chords. So I'm going to play the whole thing again. The only thing different I'll play is I'll do this up here in this octave at the end. And down here, just for something different. You don't have to do that, though. You can swap them up. Those are options. So, ever since Jesus saving pardon, I've been singing every day. I've never been sorry that I trusted his name. Through the dark shadows, he is with me, leading me on the upward way. I've never been sorry that I trusted his name. I've never been sorry. Okay, and we'll go over that walk in the chorus on the chorus video. This applies to every verse. That is it for the verse of I've Never Been Sorry in the key of A flat. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you at the next lesson.